again or give right away at loveshriners.org.
The mainstream media dismissed GOP nominee Donald Trump and the tens of millions of Americans who wanted to see dramatic change in Washington. They blew it! And some organizations are actually now admitting it, which is refreshing. The New York Times says it will now rededicate itself to honest reporting after Mr. Trump's victory. Rededicate honest reporting?
Sorry.
Newt Gingrich has this advice for all those Americans who want fair and balanced, unbiased coverage on their president-elect.
Let me just start and say that everybody who is for Donald Trump and everybody who wants Donald Trump to succeed should cue off the mainstream media. If the mainstream media hates something, it's probably a really good idea. I mean, let's be clear that they are the mortal opponents of what Trump is trying to achieve.
Brian, so to be fair, the New York Times, when I called and canceled my subscription some years back, I said, they said why? Yes, they said why. I've done it 3 times actually. And I said, because you're biased reporting, they go, oh, we have a box for that.
Oh, good.
I wasn't the only one.
Rather than correct, you just put a box there.
Right.
For one thing, I find the whole thing flat out amazing that they would admit they made this type of mistake, but yet if you read the New York Times even today, they haven't really backed off that mistake at all. Number 2 is, if the New York Times feels like it should change their ways, what about the New York Daily News? That was a comic book for the last 5 months. They actually they would just sit there and write negative stories and make it up out of thin air. Why that's still even a publication, I don't even know.
I mean, on those publications, we knew it, like the Post and the Daily News. We kind of, I mean, they know who their fan base is. We kind of like highlight the stories that they know their folks are going to like. So a place like the New York Times, I mean, they're supposed to be playing it straight, but they haven't been for a long time.
I think that the New York Post, Daily News, you can also say, dare I say it, Fox News and MSNBC, we clearly have a slant one way or the other. It doesn't mean we change the facts. It doesn't mean we misreport, but we have a conservative bent and MSNBC has a liberal bent. CNN is supposed to be right in the middle. They were not right in the middle. They tilted to Hillary Clinton. The New York Times is the paragon of journalistic virtue, and they really became a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party, as did the Washington Post. And they admitted it. The Washington Post assigned 20 of their best reporters to find dirt on Donald Trump. So every day he woke up knowing that the best investigative reporters at Washington Post and the best at the New York Times were looking for dirt on him every single day.
And Ivana Trump backs you up. She says you got countless offers to give up the divorce papers, open up the divorce papers of Donald Trump from the New York Times. Yeah, what did I say, Ivana?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ivana,
Starts with an X.
They're both beautiful. You can get it.
But that's what there's a lot of people that were approached. I know many of them that were approached to try to give over information, and then I said, not nice. You know, and it's bad. They were trying to do everything. They were working overtime to try to destroy one candidate's credibility and chances of the presidency and bootstrap someone else. And despite their best, most duplicitous efforts, duplicitous, probably better, they weren't able to succeed. But that tells you something about the strength of our democracy and the movement that was afoot. I think it's pretty compelling. And do you think you should trust them at this point? No.
Yeah. President-elect Trump and his transition team have been hard at work selecting key members of the new administration. RNC Chairman Reince Priebus was tapped to be Mr. Trump's chief of staff. He spoke about the honor earlier on Fox and Friends.
What was that moment like when he asked you to be the chief of staff? How did it all go down?
Well, I mean, it was very